Welcome back, everyone. I'm lucky now to be joined by Nikita Saini. She's a PhD student at the University of Maine, also a TA there. You wear many hats. You also work at the Versant Power Astronomy Center, and right now you're gearing up for the big solar eclipse on Monday. Thanks for joining us.
Yep, thank you. I work at the Versant Power Astronomy Center, and that is part like a Department of Physics job and part the planetarium job. I also am a teaching assistant with the department, so I teach astronomy labs. So I get to work with a lot of undergraduate students and even like elementary school kids at the same time. It's fun, but yeah, I do shows at the planetarium, but that has given me a lot of exposure, especially what I'm doing right now, working with the CATE2024 project. I'm really excited for the eclipse, and I just want to talk a little bit about what the CATE project is. I think it's really great. It's a citizen science project, and it is actually giving a tremendous opportunity to a lot of high school students, community, and that sort of stuff. So just to kind of like start with what the CATE2024 project is, it's an acronym. It's the Continental American Telescopic Experiment. We're trying to observe the corona of the sun, the outer atmosphere of the sun, in polarized light, which is special because the polarized light can give us like a 3D view of the sun's corona.
Interesting. So
yeah.
how do you do that? Do you have to use certain technology in order to do so?
Yes, we're using a very special camera. It has different angles that the pixels are set in, and it can detect lights at different angles, and combining those angles can give us a very 3D view of a 2D picture.
Wow.
It will tell us which angle exactly the light is coming from.
That's incredible. And are you going to be able to kind of see that in live action during the eclipse?
Oh yeah, that is part of the project because we're one of the teams out of 35, not 25. It's 35 teams from Texas through Maine, and as we observe total solar eclipse on Monday, we will have about 60 minutes of totality that we record. And once we put all of that together, we should have a 60-minute long movie of how the corona and the sun's atmosphere was evolving over that hour.
So that's going to be incredible to view. I'm sure
yeah.
Just for someone like me, it's going to be fascinating, but for someone like you who's an expert in the field, what does that mean in the grand scheme of things to the University of Maine, but also to the state as a whole?
I think for University of Maine, it's a great opportunity, like for especially me, because I'm working in this project. It's giving me a lot of exposure in the research, and it's actually giving me additional opportunity in research. Solar physics is not what I do in my PhD, but it's loosely related to what I do, and just having that opportunity to like learn more. Obviously, I'm a researcher and I want to learn more. Right. But space weather is really important, and it's all just tied to the sun. So studying that gives us better chance of sending our astronauts in space. So we know how to prepare things, and then again, space weather can also knock down our communications. So we want to just understand that better. Corona of the sun is just not visible any other day, so eclipse is the perfect time to look at it.
And so for most of us, we're only going to be able to kind of observe that corona for a few minutes. But with you're saying that because you're tracking it from Texas all the way to Maine, you're going to have a longer look at it.
Yep.
That's just incredible. You know, it doesn't come along that often that you get the chance to research this sort of thing. So, you know, when's the next time that this is going to be an opportunity to view a total solar eclipse like this?
In Maine, the next time is going to be 2079. Wow. So for people in Maine, it's going to be a long time. But CATE2024, we put that year in there because it was an experiment that was done in 2017 too for the total solar eclipse last time it passed through America. But that time it was only with visible light. This time polarized light is really important because we didn't get that information about that 3D direction of light, which we would be able to get this time. So I've seen that movie about how like corona was evolving over the whole path of totality, but this time we're getting more information so we can understand a little bit better what corona is doing.
That is just so incredible,
Yeah.
and you're just one of so many amazing researchers that will be documenting this event, and
Yep.
it's going to be amazing to be able to cover that for you as well on Monday. Live coverage beginning here on ABC7 at 2 p.m. on Monday. So thanks so much for joining us today, Nikita.
Thank you
and your
for
full
having me.
forecast is coming up.